And welcome into the afternoon session of the Sportsocracy here live at the Social in East Asheville. Surprised by anything that's happened today?
Dabo Swinney sucks.
Well, there's one thing that you can always count on, and that is the righteous Clemstones.
I'll never call him anything else. Baby, why you doing it?
You can sit there and thump your Bible, and you can say your prayers. John 3:16, Dabo 3:16 said, "I just blew a lead." That, I swear to God, Clemson.
I mean, watching Clemson in Pittsburgh for me is like watching my ex-wife fight over a loaf of bread. There's no winner here.
Watching Clemson try to win a game.
Bird comes and eats the bread, which was not an option.
Watching Clemson try to win a game is like watching old people fuck. This is
not pleasant in the least.
It's disgusting. But somehow, some way, I mean, the ACC is never going to let you down. It is the most shit brand of football right now.
If you're a fan of good football, you should be rooting for SMU Miami for your one merciful spot in the playoff, because nobody else deserves one. Clemson sure as hell does it.
No, not at all. Oh, God. I'm still pissed off about Miami being ranked ahead of Georgia.
You shouldn't be. You have 2 losses, they have 1.
I don't care. It's terrible football in the ACC. And Dabo Swinney escapes with another win. 24-20, just enough to make Clemson fans feel like,
no Clemson fan
maybe he's okay.
Feeling good.
Maybe he's okay.
I mean, dumb ones maybe. Like if you have absolutely no idea what football's supposed to look like, maybe you walked away from that going, yeah, bleed orange.
Bleed orange. The only good thing that's happened to me today is Colorado, and it gives me that little feeling in the pit of my stomach.
What, that you're rooting for Colorado?
Yeah. Because, I listened to Jeremy Green and said, you know what, Liberty was a good idea. Not so much.
Maybe you shouldn't have done that.
Not so much. Not even at 1.5 did I make any money.
They lost
30.
to UMass.
No, they won. They won 35-34 in overtime.
Oh.
But I guess it was a good thing that I decided Colorado, we should do that. Knowing that Utah is on their 4th quarterback. Colorado's the only damn winner that I have today.
I've had a few.
I'm hoping that changes. But I'm going to need to see something out of my Georgia Bulldogs.
As a matter of fact, I need to assess the damage so far. I think I can go ahead and chalk Syracuse up as a win since they're up 27-7 and they were an 11-point dog.
Yep.
I mean, that feels.
Stanford up on Louisville.
The ACC sucks.
4:31 to go.
The ACC sucks.
In the
I actually
second
think
quarter.
we've been over this.
I mean, Louisville does have the ball, but they were 21-point favorites, 20 and a half maybe.
I don't know what that closed at.
We are live here at the Social in East Asheville. It is
The sun's
a
going down.
raucous afternoon.
It's almost time for us to start doing aggressive shit.
In support of Valley Strong Disaster Relief.org. That is the website. Clemson fans are just Buckeye fans of the South. That might be the truest statement that I've ever
It's
heard.
very accurate.
Very good. Very good. Yes, Sir Jimothy, we have Mike McCarthy like clock management today.
Well, look, the Clemson game was close, so we kept watching it. Sorry.
Could not break away. I mean, I had lost my bet way earlier in the game than I wanted to. Thank you, Dabo Swinney, for that. LSU and Florida right now tied 7 apiece.
LSU's looked gross so far.
South Carolina with a 7-3 lead on Missouri.
Also looked gross so far.
2:46 to go.
Look, gross
in the
football's
first
not
quarter.
just reserved for the ACC. We have gross football everywhere.
Well, we're just feeling each other out, right? We're doing the old Mike Tyson, Jake Paul thing. We're just, yeah, you know.
That wasn't feeling each other out.
More tempo here from SC, trying to get a playoff before the quarter ends. They will not be able to, but intrigue galore. Through 15 minutes, the Nebraska defense has scored. USC
Nebraska has a pick six and absolutely no offense so far.
Quarter number 2 here in Los Angeles. A former Trojan on the board for the Huskers. We're tied at 7.
Other than that, the 3 o'clock games are woof.
Let me try to refresh my browser here. Oh, wait.
Oh, your iHeart computer doesn't like you doing gambling things?
It's so crazy. We're endorsed
by the company.
Right. By a gambling company. Yet my own company tells me, I don't think I want to let you go onto that website. Well, wait a minute. They give us money.
James Earl Jones just started pumping through the speakers there, and I about pissed my pants.
And a classic pastrami with spicy brown mustard. That's a hot brisket cut pastrami for me and a pastrami for you. The new classic.
Got a couple watchable games tonight, though. Obviously, my lifelong team, the Tennessee Volunteers. Your Georgia Bulldogs.
Yep.
Can't wait to sing Rocky Top all night long. Oregon, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we're basically just jerking off with watching terrible, awful.
Well, I mean,
god-awful football.
it's a random week. Look, the fact that we have Georgia, Tennessee, and Alabama, and who are they playing today? Mercer.
They're up 45-7. If you care,
I mean,
you shouldn't. But
if
you do.
I mean, if you went in on Alabama minus 50,
The bold strategy.
I don't know why you would,
Jersey
but
Mike's Catering
It's a
Box.
bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works for him.
FS1 in a huge college basketball doubleheader. First, the two-time reigning champion Huskies battle East Texas A&M. Then, Braden Smith
I apologize for the delay here. I'm trying to sign into my damn DraftKings account. Does it drive anybody else crazy that you have to do 17 levels of passwords these days and codes and or am I just
Security
being
tank.
am I just being old?
Well, you are, because it's people like you that make us do that.
I feel like no one wants what I have. Really, you want to break into my DraftKings account to get my $25 that I have left in there?
Notorious B.I.G. said you're slower than Mike Tyson's car ride on a computer.
Oh, there's
Factually
no
accurate.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
That is factually accurate. You are slow as shit when it comes to that.
Absolutely. Hello.
I missed you. So good to see you. It's good to see you. Good to see you too.
Absolutely.
But I've already seen you once. It's not as
Sorry, it's like it's like reunion time.
Yes.
This is what I love about Western North Carolina post Hurricane Helene. Every time that you see somebody that you haven't seen since it all happened is, I don't know, it's a strange feeling. It's like I knew you were okay, but until I see you face to face,
You didn't know.
you didn't. Right, exactly. You didn't know, and to know that there are people in this world that have lost damn near everything, and they're trying to keep it together, and they're trying to survive, but yet when you see each other, none of that matters. It's just the people. And that's the true reason of why we're here today. We're having fun. We're having some libations. Everybody's having a good time watching football. We're being critical of Dabo Swinney and all of
He
that.
sucks a lot.
He does. He
The way you
sucks
say
so
his
much.
name irritates the shit out of me.
Dabo?
No, his last name.
Sweeney.
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 It's like Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, we're
Just
saying the
because
same
it's
thing,
spelled,
right?
No.
Sweeney.
You're saying Sweeney.
Sweeney.
Which is how it's spelled.
Dabo Swinney. Well, I mean, look.
He can't even spell his own fucking name
Look,
right.
Bet
so-
Favre just look. I don't know. Anyway, the real reason why we're here is to make sure that we are taking care of our people in every possible way that we can. If you can give to valleystrongdisasterrelief.org, we highly recommend doing so. It's
Also, I
just
highly recommend coming down here to watch Tennessee, Georgia with Tank and I.
oh, it's going to be so much fun.
See,
It's going to be so much fun.
In my past life, I was a Florida State fan, and we didn't play each other often. And the one time we did play, Tank's team played the ghost of my team. Tonight, we have equally yoked, equally vetted. We both need a win. And yes, I'm saying we, because
Yes.
I'm an official
Yes, you-
Tennessee volunteer
official in the camp
for the year.
for the year. Oh, we're gonna reset after this? Come on, man. Can I convince you? Look, this.
It officially is a 26-yard
All right.
play with
My first love in life
Masturbation.
was no. I didn't discover that until I was much older than you would probably expect. But
If you don't stop moving your leg, I'm going to stab
I
it.
can't do it. I'm an ADHD patient, and
If you don't stop moving your leg, because you're moving the table skirt every time you
I
do
know,
it.
and
I feel like I'm
and it
wearing
rubs
a
on your
dress,
leg,
and I don't
it's
enjoy it.
Weird. I'm trying to ignore that myself. But what were we talking about?
Drunk Tank, ladies.
We're at like an 8 right now,
Yeah,
so
for sure. Yeah,
it's gonna get fun if you make
He
me
may
stay.
cry.
And the fact that my family just walked in tells me I'm not leaving anytime soon.
correct.
So
He's there's very little doubt in my mind he will cry
Right.
before this night's over.
right.
probably.
I mean, I'm
singing
close.
Rocky
I'm
Top.
close to crying right now. Seeing Katie walk out of that door about broke me.
Matt Huddleston asked where my Vol suspenders are. I don't possess those yet.
Chris said he had some,
He
and he
does,
didn't bring
and
them.
He did not bring them, and I was very sad by that because I was fully expecting to be wearing checkerboard pants. But
should have thought
when
about
Tennessee wins this game and they go to the SEC championship game, I will make sure to adorn myself appropriately in the orange and white checkerboard.
Oh God, how I hope that does
Your
not
wife
happen.
just flicked me off.
Oh yeah.
If that does happen, your night's not going to be a lot of fun. Mine will be awesome. Now that I have adopted Tennessee Volunteer Orange as my personal shade, which lifelong.
He turned completely, honey.
30 years.
Sorry.
30 years. I mean,
We're getting ready to do shift change. Do y'all want to tap out with us, or you want us to transfer it over to the nighttime?
we can tap out with y'all.
No pressure. You can do whatever you want. BRB?
Yeah.
Anyway, what were we talking about? I'm sorry.
It's more fun that you can't remember what we were talking about from one sentence to the next. I'm going to ask in the YouTube chat.
Yes.
What level of drunk do you
My wife's
all
been here about
think
5 minutes. She can probably tell you what level. What level of drunk am I right now? Excuse me? I still didn't hear.
A lot.
Is she singing? Is she?
You look
is
like
she,
a lot
Is she
of-
speaking German right now? What did you say?
Like you're almost good enough.
Oh, she's in.
Bifloor.
Wow, I almost look like a bifloor.
Oh,
Really?
Bifloor. That was a good nut.
Well, then I need.
Tank drank
Go
a
get me a
billion
water.
beers. Tank drank a billion beers and said goodbye to my floor.
I did.
I'll give you all right, and I'm going to let our audience here cheat. If you say a number for me that is not less than half of the number you say for him, I promise you you're wrong. Case in point, he couldn't figure out basic mathing. If my number is not less than half of your number, you've done it incorrectly. Yes. Because I'm testifying in front of a grand jury sober. Tank may die.
Thank you. Take care of your service, ladies and gentlemen.
Do it.
Huh?
Do it.
I said take care of your servers.
Yes, always.
How long y'all here till?
All night.
Much longer than I should be here.
He may die.
I just ordered some express has to be on till 1 a.m.
Y'all are good. I don't need any changing.
Y'all my boy just won regionals.
And what?
Matt Huddleston said, I think Huddleston's right. He said, I'm a 2, and you're a 7.5. I think that's probably the most accurate we're going to get.
I think he's under.
On you?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. You're like a 12. I'll put it this
Sir
way.
Jimothy said 8.1. I think he's about on it. I'm gonna need to chug some water here
For sure.
real soon.
I'll put it this way. We need to put gas in the Parks Ford Mobile Studio. There's a better chance I let your 13-year-old son drive our truck than you.
100%.
Does that assess
100%.
the value for anybody
There
else?
is. The best thing I got going for me right now is that I don't have to be somewhere else.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm calling Uber Tank, and
Oh, yeah. Now, what would be fun is if somehow we could put your phone screen up on the stream to show how big of a fuckery it would be for you to call said Uber. Tank would have
I don't have the Uber app.
Of all people I've ever met, you should have the Uber app.
Cool, right?
Frankly, I think there are times that just being in the same room with me is enough that you need to call an Uber.
Sometimes.
His wife's standing right beside the table. She laughed at that in a way that was accepting of its accuracy.
ready for what you need.
Sir Jimothy said you're drunk enough that you're speaking Joe Biden.
Today, let's paint with Bear.
That might be the meanest thing anybody's ever said and the most accurate. Well, I mean, 3 times you have said, what were we talking about again?
In America at an everyday low price, only at the Home Depot.
When you order Domino's
What?
online,
At what-
you can get free pizza to use for future pizza.
That was on purpose.
At what point did you cross that threshold? Because I don't remember seeing it.
Emergency pizza.
It was when we sat down here.
Need it most.
I don't know if it was the blood settling away from the brain.
Ron Rogers said we should have Drunk Saturday every week. That would be fun.
I'm down.
I'm 100% down.
I mean, I have always thought that I am the most entertaining.
Soaring Eagle thinks I'm intoxicated. I haven't even tickled the perineum of intoxicated yet. And if you don't doubt that, the fact that I just perfectly said the word perineum and knew its use.
Why did we not bring the bell? Because I wanted to. Man, I did not have perineum on my Sportsocracy bingo card
I'm not going to
tonight.
lie. This is actually more fun than talking about these shitty football games that are happening right now.
No doubt. Who
Notorious-
gives a shit about college football?
Notorious B.I.G. said if you gave Tank the lottery numbers right now, he would forget them.
Yes,
For
no
sure.
doubt about it.
Actually, you know what? I want to play this game. Somebody in the chat put 5 numbers and a bonus number, and we will give them to Tank, and then I'm going to close his computer screen, and 2 minutes from now ask him what those numbers were. If he gets one of them, I'll be shocked.
Maybe it's suppressing my offense. And I'm going to bring with me an open mind, an air raid.
Pissed off Browns fan said today should be Fire Ryan Day.
Well,
I don't think I've ever seen a team look less impressive in which they won by $1 billion. But they didn't win by the $2 billion that I wanted to see them win by. The final score there 31-7.
look, I always wonder, right, when these Ohio State versus Northwestern, how does Quinshaw Judkins get up for that game? Like, I mean, he had a decent day. He scored 2 touchdowns, and it's fine. But I mean, like, I don't know. As a team, and see, this is how good teams get got, right? Because you go in, you know that you're just better.
for sure.
So, I mean, it's how you play up to the moment.
We have our first member of my team in the building.
Uh-huh.
I see Tennessee orange. I think it's going to be an orange night for you, Tank. That's an old school orange.
That is
too.
old school
That
orange,
guy's
and
been a fan of
that-
Tennessee longer than I have.
Right.
Which is saying a lot because I'm at 30-something years.
I've heard of a handlebar mustache, but I've never heard.
Tank couldn't even finish his own joke. He set up his own joke and couldn't finish.
I did, and I completely completely lost. I've never heard of a chopper mustache. Like he's got that's the long handlebars that come
It's
way
called a
back
Fu
here.
Manchu.
No, sir.
exactly
not
what
even the guy on Kung Fu had a Fu Manchu that
Are you
long.
ready? We have your lottery numbers.
I'll never remember these.
5, 15, 17, 23, 84, 69. If you can't remember one of those, you're more hopeless than I thought. Because all of our favorite number was the bonus number.
No doubt.
And I still have a weird feeling you're going to fucking forget it. You'll end up throwing 67 out there. You know what 67 is,
I
right?
need to look. 67?
Yeah.
No.
That's what Tim Walls does. It's the same as the 69, only with a poodle.
He likes
their legs are
he,
their
he,
legs.
he likes poodles too.
They don't have the keister, the hoof.
That is the one thing I'm happiest about after the election is that we
we're headed down that path. Boys, 8 was underselling it. He's an 80. He is an 84.
I mean, I'm just. Y'all know the horse story, right? I'm just glad that's not my VP. Just
Without
saying.
looking at your computer screen. Do not look at your computer screen.
You know what?
How many of those numbers can you recite back to me?
Okay, there was.
It was 60 fucking seconds.
5,
That's 1.
17,
That's 2.
15,
That's 3.
84,
That's 5. That's 4.
69.
That's the
Of
bonus
course,
ball.
that was the good one. And 27. 24?
Nope.
23.
That's the one.
Damn it.
All right.
Michael Jordan was in there. When 23 was said, Michael Jordan went into my head, and I went, God damn it, I lost it. I was pretty good. That was like 5 out of 6.
Yep, that was 60 seconds. So we'll see how long you can remember those, because I'm going to venture a guess the next time. Yeah, DNA said, do not stare at computer screen. Tank looks directly at computer screen. And I know he did it because he read, and I did this on purpose. He read them in the order of the stream instead of the order I said them, which tells me he cheated.
I was trying to get one last glance on your computer. And then I went, oh, shit, I got this right there. Hey. You sprung that on me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had forgotten. I had forgotten even that you said we were doing that.
And that's where we are.
Yep, that's where we are. You should come out and see the show live.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Down here at the Social in East Asheville.
The more entertaining part of Tank's going to be not in front of a camera for the next 7 hours. Because you've deduced that we are 6 hours away from a decision in Georgia, Tennessee.
This is how drunk I am. Okay.
It should be.
How long has my family been sitting there? 20 minutes?
I'm not going to answer that.
Maybe.
I don't know what your next question is. Ask your next question.
No. The first question you have to answer. How long have they been sitting there? 20 minutes?
15, 20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes. It's been 15, 20 minutes. I just realized that there's only one child there. There's not 2.
He has 2.
I have 2.
They're the same age.
Mm-hmm. And this is where we are. Still trying to do the math on this puzzle here, and
Holy
I don't.
Shit, that puzzle is his check. He's trying to do the math.
I'm not going anywhere for a long time. Long time. We'll be safe.
Yikes. Hold on, let me see how difficult this math is.
It's not hard. It's not hard at all. I've just ignored it.
Yikes.
Did remember my name, though. What?
He did the math right. And you know how I know he's drunk? Because he tipped well.
I'm a good tipper. When it's there, I'm a good tipper. I tip as much as I possibly can.
Jimothy,
I think that's all we can ask for.
Jimothy loves us, but he has a dinner date with his attractive wife.
Let's go. Pics or it didn't happen, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm friends with him on Facebook, so I can attest he outkicked his coverage. As a man that also outkicked his coverage, I can attest.
Way to go, Jimothy.
Since this is your first Get Holiday Ready sales event,
Holy, Soaring Eagle just won the day.
What is that?
Said I'm fully expecting Tank to start saying he's unburdened by what has been. That is as good of a comment as we've had.
7 years. The Get Holiday Ready sales event.
Also, a way I know he's drunk is he doesn't actively know what that means.
I don't.
And he does a political show every day.
This holiday at T-Mobile, families can save 20%.
That was Kamala's little tagline, to be unburdened by what has been.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't listen to any of her bullshit during the whole thing. Like, I just couldn't do it.
Donald
Listen.
Trump.
This is going to be the leader of our country? I don't think so.
Oh, I'm going to have to pull these off. For sure.
What did I say?
These will be enlisted immediately.
I don't see anything wrong.
Of course you.
Soft drinks are just a buck at Wendy's. Inside.
It also took you 5 minutes to add 31 and 69 and figure out that those two came to a whole dollar.
Coke. You're so free. $1 soft
I hear no
drinks,
lies.
any size, gotta be Wendy's.
I ain't never told no lie. I can't never tell no lie. It's a thing I don't do. I mean, do we have any more analysis on these mediocre 3 o'clock games?
I mean,
Or are we just biding time until?
I mean, is there football still going on?
Yes.
Penn State's up 21-3 at the half.
Danny Finsfan said he's here for drunk tank impressions. That would be really fun for Bernie Sanders. Kind of fun for Jesse Ventura. And then everything else is just different levels of sad.
I need some caffeine. That's what I need.
A lot of touchdowns so far. We're tied at 14. Johnson is in. Raiola got him there. And Achille Arnold, who you said lost leverage, not happy.
Yeah, either is that cooling element there on the seats.
Virginia looks like they bet against themselves.
Knows that on a check down like that. And kudos to Emmett Johnson, first career touchdown reception, but he knows.
I mean, did you expect that was going to be close?
No, but that's as bad of an interception as you'll really ever see. He threw across his body into double coverage. It bounced directly in the air, and then the Notre Dame safety just went, "Oh shit, that's what I do." I'm gonna have that.
We take this opportunity to remind you that tomorrow on Fox,
Boston College has scored 14 in the second quarter. Come back.
SMU's not good either. The ACC's terrible. The ACC doesn't have a team that belongs in this playoff, but they will have one. And that team
everybody's
will get
gotta have
their
one.
face mushed by whoever they play. Washington State, I think, would give Miami a run for their money.
Is that okay?
They're like 18.
Are they playing tonight? They are. They're playing New Mexico tonight.
I was listening to
VSiN on the way in this morning, and that was one of the biggest movements in Vegas was New Mexico to cover the number against Washington State, and in fact, Moneyline was catching some heavy action this morning.
I don't hate the idea of taking New Mexico to cover the number. I hate the idea of taking them to the money line because John Mateer is going to do bad things to them. But
it's a 10.5-point spread.
Ron Rogers said a shot of tequila is pretty close to caffeine.
That is a good way for me to say goodbye to the socials floor, and I'm not interested.
Shot of Cuervo.
Oh God, this barn burner between the Columbias, South Carolina, Missouri, 7-6. 8:12 to go in the second quarter.
Lenora Sellers is the leading passer in this game, and he has 3 completions. Bad college football is really genuinely awful.
Number 22 LSU and Florida tied 10.
Brady Cook is playing in this game, and if I had known that, I probably would not have taken South Carolina.
Tied at 10 with 10 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, just a little bit flat. And I know why he threw it.
Louisville at least has a 21-13 lead going into halftime. So not everything is completely dog shit.
Louisville sucks. A lot. Like a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean,
Soaring Eagle said your Kamala impression sounds like you were trying out for RuPaul's Drag Race.
Well, you know.
I thought the same thing. I'm just glad somebody else said it, so I didn't have to. I just repeated it. Matt Huddleston asked an actual football question.
All right.
If Ashton Gianti played for a bigger school, would he be ahead of Travis Hunter in the Heisman race?
Yes.
Depends on who the big school was. I mean, if he played at Ohio State and he was putting up the numbers he's putting up now, then absolutely. If he played at, I don't know, the SMU or Miami, You're doing it to ACC teams, it impresses me
You don't
about
think
as
so?
little as it does in the Mountain West. I keep hearing people talk about him going to the top 15 of the draft, and I think it's absolutely hilarious.
Why can't he be a good NFL running
I
back?
didn't say he couldn't be a good NFL running back. I said he's not a first-round pick. No running back that's not Saquon Barkley should go in the first round. And I got news for you. He ain't Saquon Barkley.
I get it.
Who got the job as QB1 during the season.
But if he was putting up numbers like he's putting up
In the SEC,
at
then
Carolina, you don't think that he would get
Name me
that
the
kind
good
of hype?
defensive team in the ACC. Pittsburgh and Clemson that I watched earlier. Yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah, okay.
Defenses on the whole are so bad that watching a running back put up numbers like that is impressive, but it's not as impressive as it would have been 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I would say yes. If he was putting up numbers like this at a bigger school, he would be ahead of Hunter. The fact that Travis Hunter's doing it on both sides of the ball.
If
I mean,
he was,
look, I've already seen this once. Charles Woodson won a Heisman. He didn't deserve over Peyton Manning because he played both sides of the ball, and it was so gimmicky that he won, whether he should have or not.
right.
I think Travis Hunter's winning the Heisman, and not much is going to stop that. 'Cause look, Colorado's winning the Big 12. I don't think I'm telling people anything they don't know. Colorado's going to win the Big 12.
Yeah.
They're going to play BYU, who's played fucking nobody. And they're going to beat their brains out. Because they don't have anybody to deal with Travis Hunter. They don't have anybody to deal with Shedeur Sanders. They're not good. They're fine. They're a mediocre 17th best team in the country. Right now, they're the 3 seed, and that's stupid.
Looks like they're going to dribble, and he's kind of underhanded to you. Yeah, that's what's going on here. So substitution. Butler comes on.
Watching Big Ten football at its finest, USC and Nebraska. Holy shit.
I mean, how do you like the do you think that we will ever get to a point where they will just do top 4 teams rather than giving the buys to the conference champions?
Yes.
I mean, really, because we've been having this fight in the NFL forever.
You know, and not like this. It's way different there. Because even then, you want a division. I get it. It's still, you had to beat pro teams.
Will it take more than 2 years? I don't expect they'll change it after 1 year.
I don't know. No, it'll take a handful of years. But well, I mean, we'll do this enough times. I mean,
because the top 4 seeds will be, what was it, Miami, Texas, Oregon, BYU. Oh.
You only have to
don't
do
see
this,
how you sell that.
You only have to do this so many times where you get a Miami or a BYU that gets the piss beat out of them in a bowl game that's sponsored on a high level and the TV ratings drop like hell in the second quarter.
But honestly, have we not been doing this for years with the top 4?
You had to get to the table. Look,
Think about how many bad games we had in the semifinal.
The mediocre group of 5 schools weren't coming to the table if they didn't have a seat at the table. So you had to give them that seat. And now you got to give them a chance to show that they don't fucking deserve that seat and let them get their ass beat. And that is exactly what's going to happen. BYU gets into this thing, they will get beat by 50 points by any reputable school. I mean, I'll be honest with you, the 6th best team in the SEC right now would beat BYU by 5 scores.
Yeah.
Alabama would beat BYU 38-3. And I think they'd do the same thing to Colorado, too. I think you need to see that.
It matters where you stay.
I don't know. Colorado's one of those.
How many minutes of Colorado football have you watched?
I've watched a bit.
Unfortunately for me, it's more than I wanted to, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't been impressed by shit. Really? You have 2 competent offensive players. You have a couple other players that might sneak into the NFL, and that's enough to debilitate mediocre Big 12.
So you don't think they could score like in the 30s on an SEC team?
Hell no. Not just no, but hell no.
Okay.
I think Shedeur Sanders' head would be turned around the wrong way within a quarter and a half. I'll be honest with you.
Harold Perkins would break him in half?
I'll be 100% honest with you. This is how bad I think the Big 12 is. I think Florida would give every team in the Big 12 a run for their money. That's how bad I think that conference is.
Wow.
And I think the ACC is right there with it.
Right.
Oh, I'm going to turn this down to an A. My bad. We can do this all day.
All right. Which is why I want to reach out to Missouri and tell them to just go over to the ACC.
Go to the ACC. Enjoy it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about you now. They won't care about you then. Just be done with it.
Missouri and Kansas need to go to the ACC.
I'm good.
Get a 10-piece chicken McNuggets for
I'm good.
No, but because I think those are two football programs that could be successful in the ACC. You don't think so?
Kansas isn't in the top 50 of financial inlay for any sport other than basketball. They have limited
that's
money.
why
and
I
they
want
put
them
a
in the
stupid
ACC.
amount of it. And say I don't care about basketball.
Right.
I just don't give a shit.
Exactly sure what that means.
You've destroyed the sport. I don't care.
There's out here in this country an openness and an honesty and a sense of warmth.
But why has it worked? I was going to say, why has it worked for football and not for basketball? For
way
you?
more football players. One player changes your program in basketball. You're about to see it. Rutgers. Rutgers has 2 top 5 recruits.
Yeah.
That team will be a top 15 team in college basketball with 11 dudes that probably will end up working at Home Depot. I just don't care. There's no. I can't build a relationship with any of these guys. It's just, to me, it's borderline unwatchable. And it's not changing anytime soon. It's actually getting worse. I couldn't name the 5 starters at Carolina right now. And I don't want to, and I don't care.
Yeah. Well, beating American last night really didn't do much for me. But it was cool to see Jack Emanuel back in the building after so long. I didn't realize that he was an assistant over at American, but apparently that's why they played the game.
Indeed. All right, we got another half of bad football before we preview the good game tonight. And I will say we do that at 7 o'clock.
And might have a couple of them.
And by
the
7
Oregon-Wisconsin game tonight as well.
And 7 o'clock, Tank may not be speaking English anymore.
Nah, I'm gonna be fine.
There is a flag coming in as
Maybe.
well.
Are you sure?
So much talent in that 6'6" frame.
All right, we will stop this one, and we will do another one of these at 7 o'clock.
Oh, I thought that was the end of it. Oh, well, I thought you started running the music.
It could have been, and maybe it should have been.
One job.
Devil in a red dress.